So when I was an undergraduate at Yale, there's this one place I like to sit and read or nap. And it was right under the Beinecke Library. It's this beautiful library kind of set apart. And it was just kind of quiet and sun-drenched. And it was my spot. And you could always find me there under this pillar. And one day my friend Parker comes along and he's got these like pastels. And he starts drawing on the Beinecke Library pedestal wall. And I'm like, is that going to come off? And he said, yeah, these are water soluble. I was like, oh, okay. So we both started drawing on the wall. We were just drawing like a mural, I guess. And this woman comes running out of the library and says, do you have permission to be doing this? And my friend Parker says, do you have to have permission for everything in life? And she goes, yes, you do. And then she runs back in the library and we just kind of shrug our shoulders and keep drawing. And then this policeman comes to us and he says, okay, what's your name? And I told him my name was Jim Morrison. And he said, date of birth. And I just said 1950, which was absurd. And he's writing down Jim Morrison, 1950. And then the head of the library comes running along and he hears this and he says, ooh, Mr. Zahedi, you're a liar. You're a liar and you're lying to a policeman. I'm going to have you expelled for this. Oh, you're in trouble. This was a guy that I'd met before because I'd got in trouble for borrowing a record from the music library because they wouldn't let me check it out. So I just tried to surreptitiously borrow it. And he basically threatened me that if anything ever happened again involving the library, I would be expelled. So there was a committee that met to decide whether I would be expelled from Yale or not. And they say to me, look, the drawing, it was water soluble. It's not a big deal. It's gone. What's problematic is you lied. You lied to a policeman. And that is grounds for expulsion. So what do you have to say for yourself? And I said, you're right. I did lie. And I'm sorry. But the reason I lied is because about a year ago, I was walking across the street in Los Angeles. There was nobody around. There were no cars. There was just like a motorcycle far away. And it was a cop. And after I'd crossed the street already safely, he pulled over and said, I'm giving you a ticket for jaywalking. And I said, but there were no cars or anything. And he said, doesn't matter. It's still jaywalking. What's your name? And I told him my name because I'm usually honest. And he said, what's your address? And I told him my address because I'm usually honest. And then I got a ticket in the mail. And, that wouldn't have been so bad. But my father had to leave work that day to come with me to court because I was a minor still. And the policeman never asked me for any ID. So I was like, the next time a policeman asks you for your name and your address, just don't give it to him. Just make something up and it'll go away. And that's why I did it. And so the committee members, asked me to leave the room and I'm waiting for a verdict. And then they tell me to come back and they basically say, okay, fine. We won't expel you. Just don't do it again.